Hello my dear Aries, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between September 1st and September 15, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot and I will start shuffling your cards. So I call the Divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Aries viewers. I want my dear Aries to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. I also want to take the chance to tell you that the Sun is in Virgo and will move over to Libra at the 22nd of September. It has moved into Virgo the 22nd of August. We are not really there yet. I'm doing this reading today. It's 16th of August. We still have the solar eclipse in front of us, but this is talking about September. Mercury is moving retrograde on the cusp of Virgo, Leo, and ending up in Virgo throughout the month. And we have the 8 of Cups here and Page of Cups. So I think this is about you trying to take side with your inside, with your inner child. You are tired of having to fight your own emotions, and you're trying to, you might be tired of fighting for fitting in. So some of you might be sacrificing things that you actually love because you can't sacrifice yourself anymore. Okay, and that was coming up with Mercury moving retrograde on the cusp of Virgo, Leo. So I think it has to do with communication in your relationships, communications when it comes also to money and income and career. Yes, Queen of Coins is coming here. That's Virgo, and we have the 7 of Swords here. So it might indicate that either you are dealing with a Virgo and there's some kind of miscommunication going on there. Maybe people are not really frank with each other, not telling exactly the truth, or maybe trying to manipulate each other into doing something. It can also be about you. This Queen of Coins might be you, Virgo. Like it's Virgo, but it's about you anyway. It's your physical self, your body, your temple. So it's about taking care of that temple and not lying about what it really needs. Not trying to be tough and endure things that you actually don't endure. And it might also talking about a Virgo person getting tired with you and maybe quitting communication or tired of some lies, tired of some manipulation, or you might be tired with a Virgo or Earth person. It's astrological things happening on the sky, so it doesn't have to be you dealing with a Virgo in your actual life. It might be you dealing with Mercury going into Virgo. Mars and Venus will also go into Virgo. So this will deal with your communication in relationships and how to take power in relationship and how to give love. So there seems to be some kind of block going on. Magician and King of Swords, those two together might indicate the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords that we saw, it had Aquarius, the magpie, Aquarius magpie in the background with the Aquarius symbol in its mouth, and the Magician. Those two together, it's like someone trying to win over a situation by using their logic. And here we have a 2 of Wands, so it might be that if a person is trying to do this, they won't win because they will meet a roadblock, and that's probably another person saying, no, I'm done with this, because people are maturing in great haste right now. So any person trying to manipulate or steal or lie or cheat will probably be like met with a hand, like talk to the hand or move away. This is a closed area, you are not allowed. I think you are waking up, Aries, to see these kind of behaviors and also parting This is Aries, and this is your child, and we saw the Page of Cups earlier. So this is probably two aspects of your inner children. And it might also you be dealing with a water or a earth person that has this Page of Cups. You might also be dealing with your children, being a parent of your children. But this is like inside of you, outside of you. And this is about some kind of balance and authority, like having boundaries, not letting people step all over your pure authentic self. And it's about messages as well, fiery messages. Someone is doing revolution. Watery messages. Someone is telling about their heart, their condition of their heart, or how they want to fix things or heal things. Okay. So full moon we will have in Pisces, September 6th. That's Page of Wands again. So full moon in Pisces, September 6th. Might be an important date for you, Aries. This is a fire child coming out. So maybe you are going to get in contact with your more emotional side. Sorry, the little water child that we saw. And here's fire again. So it's something here, and I'm trying to get it because I don't remember really. We need to go to see the Pisces here. What about the full moon? I haven't been telling anything about it, what it will mirror and things like this, but I guess this will be a prominent date for you to actually free your inner child and free your authentic self. But be wary because it's a lot of fire here and 8 of Swords, so it might be like miscommunication happening and old patterns resurfacing because we also have Neptune in Pisces talking about lies and deception and deep underwater thingies. Well, it's still a lot with children, and now we have the air child and earth, so it's about something about 9 of Swords and Page of Swords. It's about being an orphan, feeling that you have all the responsibility. You need to take care of things, you need to fix things, and all is your responsibility, even though you are maybe too small to take this responsibility. And with the Knight of Coins, it's like trying to have a plan, trying to focus yourself, trying to ground yourself, so you won't be so scared with this. It's like if you are disciplined, if you have everything in order, everything is well organized, then you can manage this. But really, on some point, you might have overextended yourself with too much worry, too much responsibility, too much thinking. And yes, you are a very strong person, but this is a healthy way to dealing with also having those problems, dealing with them during daytime, to not have to handle them at night. But also I'm feeling that you might have too much on your plate with all this, and that might make you anxious. So maybe check out your work burden and see what's if there should only be work in your life, or maybe some happy endeavor also. Maybe money isn't everything. Yes, love is also needed in your life, to look at the heart. It's like you're missing a piece. It's like you have been trying to not have a heart because maybe your heart is scary, since you have this thinking too much and dealing with it by organizing things. If the feelings comes in between and trying to tell you to do something totally different, because this is how the divine kind of wants to talk with you, then you might miss out. Someone of you might be dealing with Leos as well. We had both the Strength card coming out, and this is King of Wands, is usually for Leo. You have the Queen of Wands and also the Emperor. And here we have the Star card, that's Aquarius again, and 9 of Cups, this is Pisces. Jupiter in Pisces, actually. We have Neptune and full moon in Pisces, but there's things going on here that's really wants to resurface during this period for you, Aries, because there's a lot of jumpers here. Yes, the new moon will be on the cusp Virgo Libra on September 20, and we will also have the September equinox on the 22nd. equally long day and night throughout the world. Jupiter moves direct in Libra. Saturn is moving direct in Sagittarius. Jupiter direct in Libra. The Fool and Ace of Swords. Jupiter is making everything bigger, and since it is in Libra, it's talking about balance. And here it's the Fool. That's a happy little entity, and the Ace of Swords is the truth and logic. So I think that you might have overruled, you might have an imbalance between happiness and logic that you need to very look into. It's going to be probably the headline for the month, that you need to have more happiness in your life. Logic is good, also truth. You need to communicate also what's making you happy, what's making you anxious. Telling people, okay, I know I'm trying to organize everything here, but it's because I want to be able to relax, I want to be able to be happy. Okay, so we have 3 planets moving retrograde also, except for Mercury, and that's Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, death and new beginning. Neptune retrograde in Pisces, Uranus retrograde in your sign Aries. So, and for you, as Uranus is moving retrograde in Aries, it's triangling Mars and also Mercury, the retrograde Mercury in cusp Virgo Leo. So that will be interesting energy for you, and that's probably why we had all the jumpers with this triangling going on. And it will also, Uranus will also oppone Jupiter in Libra, so that's again. And Moon moves through your sign 8 till 9 of September. That's a couple of days after the full moon. I'm sorry it was so long. Now it's very hard for me to read the jumpers because I'm so focused on giving you the the lay of the land for the month, so I'm not really focused on into the reading, so it's kind of surprised me. You probably noticed that, and I just want to get on with the reading, but I need to honor these jumpers too. So I will just tune in for a few seconds here. Okay, my dear Aries, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is your past. So the past is probably August 2017. Your now is the first half of September, and it might be fluid. You know, with the tarot, it's like different people will be in different, a little bit different timelines. Someone is like walking ahead of us all to clear the way. And here you have the future. The future is probably the second half of September, but might stretch into 3 months into the future from September. And tarot, we read tarot so we can see into the future. This is a forecast, so you will know what will happen in the future. So you might not recognize yourself just yet, even though many of my viewers seems to be front runners, but some of this you won't recognize. So please come back later in the month and you will get the idea of what was going on. But it's very good to have the forecast, because then you might have tools for how to deal with upcoming situation that you weren't really prepared for, and you might know exactly what to do in those situations then, and how to quickly learn your lesson and move on to the next stage, because we have a lot to deal with right now, and it's a very small window in time, so it's very good to be on top of things. Okay, so the first card here for you, Aries, is the Magician. So the Magician is about having control, being well organized, having a plan, manipulating situations to get what you want. It's also about creating what you want. So I think Aries has a very clear picture of what you want. You are fire signs, so you're very close to your soul. You're very close to your source, to your longing, to your kind of mission. You feel it inside of you, and it's not hard for you to create things. You just decide what you want and you go for it. That's fire. And some of you might have other things in your chart that's kind of disrupting this, but for many of you, you will be very good with creating any kind of situation that you want. And the next card is the Page of Coins. So this was the little aspect with the Virgo that we saw. And we had all the other children coming out. We had the Queen of Coins, and here now we have the Page of Coins, and we had all the other children. So this is about you, probably as a child, being the magician. You had a mission. We can see here this person having this mission straight before their eyes, and this one showing up their mission, that this is what's important. So you are doing something in your life that's very important, and you have probably been doing this your whole life, and it's what you do. It's what comes natural for you. Sometimes other people might think that you are yes, they want to change you, and you are very unchangeable, because the Page of Coins is rather stubborn, and the Magician is very crafty and even good with manipulation. So it's like a little bit overwhelming energy here, even though this Page of Coins is very, very sweet and only wants what's best. It's just that it's an incredible force behind this little entity, so it's not as fragile as it seems. And here we have the Fate card. So many of you are very, it's very important for you to upfill laws and social things. You want a certain routine. We saw that with the Nine of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Earth card coming out. You want to have order. You want to have things well organized. In another case, you might lose the sight of your mission, or getting very worried that this thing that you want to do is not going to fall well out for you. You don't want to make mistakes. You don't want to screw up. You don't want to make the wrong choices. So you're trying to follow rules. Fate is very rule oriented. It's very family oriented. It's very oriented towards cultures and traditions and taking care of each other. But it's also very very connected with the fives. And five, as you know, are conflict. Five of Wands, having different opinion about religion maybe, or how to build a house, or where to go into the future. Five of Swords, wanting to win over others, always knowing better than them, always knowing the right solution, being a little bit of a bully. And if you lose, you will be humiliated. Also the Five of Coins. Five of Coins, feeling like you're a failure, feeling like you're left out in the cold. Five of Cups, feeling like you are not loved enough. So all of those things is coming when we are in relations to others, and there's need to be like a 50-50 agreement here. Like, I will understand your side of things if you understand mine, even if you have totally different views of things. How we found common ground is with communicating with each other and sharing ideas. So the Five Fate card is like a library of ideas, and no one should be like above the others. This ideas is better. It's not like that. We need to understand each other, and sometimes we need to have patience also with people not being able to see things in our way, or not being able to think logic, just being in their heart, or nothing is really wrong. You need to sometimes agree on disagreeing as well. And that might be hard for a person with the Magician and the Page of Coins, being very knowing exactly their mission and just wants to push through. It's almost like this wrecking ball. Dish, dish. So some of you might be very persuasive in your relationship, want things to go your way, or you're dealing with a rather stubborn entity in your life. And here we have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is the King of Hearts. That can be a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces in your life. We saw that there were cards jumping for the full moon in Pisces. That might be significant for you, even though this is a little bit into the past, so this is probably August. King of Cups is some offering of some sort. It's being granted a gift of some sort. It's the gift of love. It's the gift of connection, which you can find when you give people like half of the space, not over functioning, not taking all of the space, not organizing everything. When you share, when you're having this ability to share with others, you're kind of finding your soul family. You're finding the people that's there for you. And some of you might even be like going into a relationship with a water person, or having maybe a soulmate entering your life, maybe through a meeting with family or relatives, because the King of Cups is offering of love as well. And it's also about healing your heart and healing your family, because the King of Cups is like the head of the heart, the family. So it's very beautiful here. And the next card is the Page of Cups. So some of you might be dealing with a person that has a child, and kind of taking care of that child. It might also be you needing to be the King of Cups to take care of your child. The Magician and the Page of Coins is a little bit a lonesome energy, because these two together, they want to have things their way, and they are very focused on the mission. So other people might not mean that much. They are going on a lonesome road, and the important things is to get their will through. But here we're going through some kind of machinery. It's like a process here with the Fate card, where you need to deal with others. And on the other side of this transformative machine comes the King of Cups and Page of Cups. So it's like the Magician and the Page of Cups has transformed to the King of Cups and the Page of Cups. Transformed to an energy that has open heart. So it seems like many Aries during the summer, you might have been able to open your heart and start the healing process. Because when you open your heart and you stay in your heart, you bring in light there, and the healing process begins. So it actually seems like you have gotten in contact with your emotions, but you might also have gotten like offering from a family. Maybe you have met someone that has a child, or you're dealing with a person that's very emotional and have a child, or you're dealing with someone else's inner child. It might be twin flame relationships going on here also, between you and another person, and those it's very much yin and yang. They are very much not like each other. In the bottom, they are exactly like. You might have the aches and pains in the same places and had like a similar upbringing or things like this that might be really similar. But how you dealt with things might be totally different. One might have chosen family, and the other one might have chosen to just follow their heart. And that might... you need to learn from the other person here. If you have big strengths to pull off projects and to create your life, the other person has a big skill in showing how much the heart matters and how much it can guide you towards what you actually want. So when you learn from another culture, learn their superpowers, you will get like twice as much what you were before. You will not just be well organized and stubborn, being able to create whatever you want. You will also know what it is exactly and have empathy for others in the process, not just running over them with the bulldozer here. And the other person will be able to probably get more power like this, to say no to bullies and put boundaries. So both, you need to switch this energy with one another. You need to learn from one another. So it's really fertile situation that has been going on for you, Aries, during the summer here. Very much with the inner child. It might be a lot of work with family, what has been going on in the past with your families. And this is for the now, so the first part of September. We have a Four of Cups here coming underneath the Magician. So I think this Magician is a little bit disillusioned for the moment. Doesn't really know this odd way it has been working for you or this might be like the other way around. For some of you, this will be the person that you're dealing with. This thing has been working for you this whole life, to organize things, to fix things, to be on top of things, to calculate things, to be in the future a lot of the time and kind of plan. But now this little Page of Cups, your heart is calling you and want you to do things in another fashion. And it's a little bit like going outside your comfort zone, doing something that's might feel a little bit intimidating and foreign. And this is this with meeting foreign cultures. Even your family can be a foreign culture if you can't understand each other or communicate. And underneath the Page of Coins, we have a 10 of Cups. So some of you might be really in love also with an earth person, or it might be like a valued family member. You have the 10 of Cups here, so the love is coming to you even whether you want it or not. It's like you are feeling that maybe you will be overwhelmed with all those feelings, so you might have been keeping them at bay. They are not a part of your comfort zone. To love someone this much or to share this vulnerability, you might always have been putting them high because it's a 10, so it's very fully grown. But this is about really starting to connecting, not controlling other people, but connecting with them on an equal level. Even if you are the bigger one, kind of being able to take control of the situation, you don't. You let the little irrational cat decide where to where to lay down, like make your bed. And here you have this Mars in Pisces. We know that Mars and Pisces were important for you this month. What's going on with Mars and what's going on in the sign of Pisces. So this is about the male aspect, like the left side brain, kind of capitulating for love. Okay, Mars in Pisces, capitulating for all this love and saying, okay, this is bigger than I am. This is bigger than my straightforward moving arrow into the future, my well-organized logic ideas of how creating things. This overrules because this is bigger. This is about family. This is about important relationships. This is about not getting your will through, but actually giving yourself up to love. And it's something that feels a little bit uncomfortable maybe, and not exactly what you are an expert in, or this person is an expert in. So really central, we have the 5 of Coins. Actually, I shuffled your cards a couple of times because I started to talk about you as Virgo when I was shuffling my cards the first time, and the 5 of Coins came together with the 9 of Wands. And we see that it's a lot with it's Taurus here, and it's Page of Coins, and this is 5 of Coins. So many of you might be dealing with a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus person. And the 5 of Coins, what I said when I shuffled the cards, when I got the 9 of Wands and the 5 of Coins, was that it's like you have tried to be someone else to fit in. You have tried to fill up a role that weren't really adjusted to you. It's like you have tried to change yourself accordingly so it will fit other people and fit your family. You have 5 Fate here, and this is 5 of Coins. Feeling left out, alone, feeling out in the cold. This is you, your soul, your natural self, and you can see how the flowers is flourishing in the light of your soul. But when your body is like this and you don't love yourself, you have a hard time aligning with this soul. So there's something deep within you that wants to come forward, and it's your natural self, and it's very closely related to your emotions. We can see this with the King of Cups cornering and the 10 of Cups there, and also your self-value. I think you don't value yourself high enough, your emotional side high enough. I think you think it's some kind of an enemy. It's your adversary. It's the thing inside you that you fight against, and you need to align with your this side of you because it's your soul, and it wants to come through and upfill you with self-love. So love everything about you, also your emotions. That will bring self-love and healing. The next card here is Three of Swords, so, and it comes underneath the King of Cups. So some of you might deal with also father issues. Maybe you have kind of become the father or the ruler because your father was absent or didn't take their responsibility. So you're kind of missing the heart of your family, and that's a big wound to your heart. So what you need to do is to love yourself and take care of yourself as a father would have done. Maybe also being strict with yourself and not allowing yourself to do stupid things, because this is what a father should do. Keep their children out of trouble, and not dating the wrong people, or being in a job that they hate, or helping their friends that never help them back, and things like this. So you need to start love yourself in a way that this father would do, and this would heal your heart. And it's also about what I said here. If you start to feel your feelings, put light here, this will become healing. And Three of Swords is heartbreak. So it seems for many of you that your family has broken your heart. Yes, and that's all I can see. But it might also be like a water person has broken your heart and made you feel like you are useless, or that maybe your skills of organizing and taking care of was not needed. It's something here, and it really needs to be sorted out. It's Three of Swords, so communication will probably help. If sometimes with the Three of Swords, the other person is not there for you, they don't love you enough, they don't care for you enough, and then you can't turn to them to get the love. You need to turn to the male aspect inside yourself to bring this love to you. And to you is the inner core of you. That's kind of the Page of Cups. It's like a fragile antenna in the midst of you that's feeling every like vibration or every disturbance. It's very focused. It's very it's sharp, like with feeling things like this. And this might freak you out because it feels dangerous, but it's not dangerous. It's just frequencies and vibration telling you stuff. So listen to those painful sensation inside of you, because it's coming from the source of you, telling you things. And of course we need to also protect this little fragile antenna and this fragile inside of us against people that wants to hurt us and doesn't love us enough. And that's why we need the father aspect. So you need to install this inside of yourself, kind of fake it till you make it. Don't always be on your own side with explaining how you feel and explaining your point of view, but also give space for other people to talk and to listen to them and their point of view, like 50-50 here. 5-5, so no one will feel left out in the cold and not loved. It might also be that you have a water person in your life that feels unloved because of you being maybe a little bit too much in your head, too much focused on practical things and not so much about the shared love. The next card is the Nine of Cups. So it seems like both sides here, it seems to be two sides are you're deeply loving each other, even if it doesn't show, or there might be like words spoken or actions being done that says the difference. But you have both the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Cups here, and all this misery in between. So this is like a black hole here that you really need to put your attention into and see what's what there. When you bring in the light to a shadowy spot like this, attention is light, attention is love. It's the same thing when you give children attention, when you listen to them, not bleep on your phone all the time, but actually put it down and look the child in the eye and say, okay, talk to me, tell me. That is love. To avoid, to kind of imagine that this spot doesn't exist, or the child, you don't hear their voice whining. It's like not giving attention, and this black hole will just grow. The wound will grow. So attention is the key. And the Ten of Cups is usually a beautiful family situation, beautiful love situation. Love is really present and there's really compassion. It's just how you show it might be a little bit off. And the Nine of Cups is like the wish card. I'm trying to feel this because it's very... It's like foreign a little bit. It's like it's foreign for you to feel your emotion because you have seen them as enemy. And here they are not enemy at all. They actually keep the knowledge of something and the key to your liberation and to what you have always wanted. Because the Nine of Cups is, as I said, the wish card. And you won't know your wishes if you are not talking with your inner child and your heart. You won't know. You can work your whole life and in the totally wrong direction because you never listen to yourself. So you built castles and bridges and big companies and everything, and you were never happy because this was the wrong way to go for you. And you never knew because you closed off your communication with your true self. So don't do that. Excavate this wound that you have here. Try to figure out what it's all about. It might be a lot of things lying here. Feeling left out in the cold, maybe jealousy, feeling like you're not getting enough attention, feeling like people doesn't appreciate you for what you do, feeling like they are talking about you over your head. It's a lot of things lying here, a lot of different things. Okay, so that was in the now, the first part of September, and this will be your future. And we have an increasing energy here from the Four of Cups to a Five of Cups. So you feel maybe like a little bit like an infant on this area, how to deal with all these emotions. You don't have the tools to deal with them. They are frightening and they are kind of overwhelming you. But it doesn't matter. It's not dangerous. So still stay with them. You need to stay with them. You can't run away. This is the old thing. It's not going to work because we are being kind of the divine is ripping the old tools that we used for our survival out of our hands. So we will have to deal with the actual matter. So we can't just avoid or skip a step. We need to actually do this, what we have been avoiding maybe for our whole lives. So some of you might have like deep traumas or things that you don't want to look at. It's like black holes in your life or pieces of your life that you rather skip over. And you just need to go to those things and bang on the gateway and say, okay, I want to remember now. I'm ready. I'm brave enough. I will remember. And you just have to feel the feelings that's stored here. You don't have to do anything else. It might make you feel excruciating pain, like twisting like a maggot. But it might be good to sound with it. Sometimes sound is a very good way to meet the vibration of feeling. If you can sound a certain sound, it might be like a really deep, sad howl, actually. Maybe go out in the forest, or if you are living in a neighborhood and don't want them to call the police, you can maybe put a pillow over your face for that time. But I think that some of you really need to scream and to howl at the moon, maybe on the 6th of September. This will, if you meet this sad vibration with the same vibration sounding it will actually heal. It's the same thing as putting your attention to it and just feel it, but this might need some more things, like it's need more, you can't just look at this. It will make you, I feel that you will be really tormented. So screaming might be a very good option for some of you. And here we have the Queen of Coins. So the Page of Coins and the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Coins. It seems like a Virgo or a mother or a sister or your wife is a very important person in this. It might be the whole thing that you are fighting for. This might be like your chivalry mission to love this person with all your heart. Take care of this person. And to fail this mission would be to fail at everything. So you really need the love from this person. And this person is probably yourself, your inner mother figure. We have the children a lot here. We have a father. Now we also have a mother. And this is a stable mother and a loving father. It's very much, it's a good, healthy thing, because if the father would have been King of Coins and the mother would have been Queen of Cups, that might have been a little bit out of balance. This is better because the masculine is very square and goal-oriented. When it has a big heart, it's whole. The female might be very unconditional with her love and giving it to everyone. The Queen of Coins is very grounded. She loves herself, so she's whole. So it's very beautiful that you have this depiction of your parents as being very whole, the parents inside of you. So I think you have every tool to do this. It's just that you are very, very scared of the water, the emotions, and the feeling of being not good enough. And the feeling of not good enough is easily fixed. Everything with you is perfect, okay? You don't have to go on judging yourself. Just accept everything with you, and even if you think that it's bad personality traits or whatever, it's usually good in many different situations. If you are, for example, very focused and well organized, this is often it might be like your greatest gift that you have and given the world. It's just that you can't use it in very emotional situations. You can't organize your children into not crying. You need to take care of them. So you just need to use your superpowers when they're needed, and use maybe more unknown powers when those are needed. And for right now, it seems like you need to really look at your emotions. And so I think everything is on its right place for you. It's just this last door you haven't been knocked on, really. And here we have a 7 of Coins. So it's 5 Fate card, 5 of Coins, 7 of Coins. You might feel like you're waiting a long time for some kind of reward or some kind of recognition, and it never comes. And it might be talking about your mother. But I think that this is really something that you need to give to yourself, okay? It won't come from anyone else as long as you don't love yourself. So start with this, appreciating yourself and loving yourself, and that won't take long. It's just change your mind in the next second and decide that everything you do is perfect. And just start to explain yourself to other people. Talk with them, and they will give you feedback that you will understand. And this is where the beautiful connection is coming through. If everyone keeps calm and just explain themselves, so the other person will learn to know them. It's like getting to know your family or the people that you're dealing with all over again. It's like you have missed a lot of information. You have missed on giving them the right information, and they have missed on giving you the right information or even feedback. It's like you're waiting for something with your bowl here. Please, can you, I have this, and I've been waiting, and where is it? You're waiting for some kind of fulfillment, and the fulfillment will come from you. When you decide that there's no more problem with you, you are fixed. You just need to find out how fixed you are by just giving yourself attention and listen to yourself. The feelings, is nothing wrong with them. This signal system is working just fine. It's just you don't give it enough attention. So it's working fine. It's no problem. You're not broken. It's just that it has collected a lot of messages here. It's like not checking your inbox of your email for 20 years or so. And then it will be full. So when you actually start to, it will be a lot of things to address here. It's not something that's broken. It's just that you haven't given it attention before. So nothing is wrong with you. Everything is perfect. And you need to give this to yourself. You need to fill your own bowl, loving yourself. And here we have the Empress. So it comes like the mother again, Queen of Coins, 7 of Coins, the Empress. It's almost like a pregnancy of some sort. And it comes also here like Page of Coins, 5 of Coins, the Empress. So it's about this with getting your attention from your mother. Your mother is an aspect of you. If you have mother issues, you will have problem with abundance. You might be short on money. You might have trouble with connecting with other people or getting love from them. It's easy to give, but it's very hard to get. It's very hard to, it's like you need to steal things, or you need to beg for things because you don't have your mother aspect installed. And the mother aspect of you is the side of you that loves you however you are. So it's very simple for you to fix this. Even if you had a terrible mother growing up, you just need to change this little thing with you. Listen to how you talk with yourself in your head. If you're telling yourself that you're stupid, you can continue doing that, but be aware of this is not the mother aspect. This is like this aspect of you, not loving yourself. And whenever you feel like stopping doing this and say I love myself instead, and just accept, okay, I missed out on this. I wasn't aware enough, so I did a mistake. Fine, I'm human. I'm allowed to do mistakes. That's making me actually more lovable because I'm not perfect. Only androids or robots are perfect, and I'm human with all my flaws. And that's lovely, because then other people can understand that I'm human. So just love yourself. Don't pick on yourself anymore. Become this mother entity, and also take care of your body. Some of you might be like dealing with the woman of your life, like the big love of your life. It might also be a Virgo male, of course, and you might want them to open their heart towards you and start giving you stuff. It might be an earth person or a water person, most probable. And you want them to be able to start giving. But if you want other people to start being able to give to you, you need to be able to give to yourself. Both time and rest and love and attention, and, you know, beautiful sponge baths with perfumed essence in the waters, natural perfumed essence, or putting like beautiful natural things on your body. Nourish yourself with food. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Pamper yourself. Maybe start with yoga or meditation. This is all about your body. Your body is your temple. If you love yourself, take care of yourself, nurture yourself, other people will do so too. And here we have the Five of Wands. We're only missing the Five of Swords now. So Five of Wands is some big showdown will have to happen in the future. And it's about how you have gotten hurt and how other people have gotten hurt. And you need to talk about it. You see, it's need to be communicated. You have very different views on this, but both sides have kind of become hurt. So both sides needs to be heard. And Five of Wands is also the inner conflict going on within you. You want to follow those human rules, but your heart is having soul rules, divine rules, and there's a conflict between those two within you. So I think you need to let your body, like your bodily system, that's carrying the energy of your soul, out rules some of the human society rules, because culture rules change, and they change with souls downloading new information. I don't mean go out murdering people, because that's not accordingly with your soul. That's accordingly with something else being pushed down in the shadow, needs to be seen, some big pain like this. So I'm not talking about that. You should never hurt other people ever, but you shouldn't hurt yourself either. So when there's a conflict between, for example, your duties and what your body wants, this is a tree, so it's your own body quarreling with itself. It needs to be what the body wants, because this is your life source. You can't give something that you don't have. If you don't have the energy, if you feel like you need to maybe lay in bed for 2 weeks and just feel all the pain, then you won't be at use for someone at work or some duties that you might have in society or with your family or in your partnership. It might be marriage as well. So the body comes first. All the cards here on the last rows telling you this, that your body overrules all your other aspects. Things that you think are important is not as important as you. Okay, so I will take the Oracle of Visions to talk about your past And we see here an angel entangled in very fragile rope, and you actually have the tool to detangle yourself. So it's a big like a creature with big powers that have let him or herself be captivated by some kind of rules or culture rules. Sorry, a seed. It's falling those seeds right now to my roof window. So you can see this. So this is of the old. This is what you're going to solve right now. You're an eagle, angel, made to run free. You're not supposed to bend towards those petty human rules. That's not for you. You just cut yourself loose and you show the way into the future with the, as I said, the latest download from your soul. Okay, and I will take cards for the future from the Druid Craft Tarot to see what's going on with your future. And we have the world, so a naked body and all the elements becoming whole. It's your mission right now, Aries. So it's not so much to talk about. It's taking care of you, your body, aligning with you, deciding that communicating what's inside of you is very important, okay, to the world. And this is healing of an old karma that you are doing right now. So just go with it. It's going to be maybe painful, but the steps are very easy. Give yourself attention and love. So that can't be too hard. Okay, I hope this helped. And I want you to take really good care. And I hope to see you again in the middle of September. Okay, bye-bye.